In the quiet town of Havenwood, North Carolina, strange events began occurring after a peculiar stray dog appeared. With jet black fur and eyes that seemed to pierce the soul, the dog roamed the streets, always watching, always waiting. The locals named it Shadow. One evening, Lydia, a single mother, found Shadow on her doorstep. Her young son, Timmy, was instantly enamored, begging her to let the dog stay. Against her better judgment, Lydia agreed. That night, she heard soft whispers and faint growls coming from Timmy's room, but dismissed them as the wind. The next day, Timmy's behavior changed. His once bright eyes were now cold and distant. He began speaking in a monotone, repeating phrases like, "Shadow is my friend. Shadow knows best." Lydia grew increasingly worried, but couldn't shake the feeling that the dog was somehow responsible. As days passed, more residents reported odd behaviors in their children. The kids all seemed to fall under the same spell, each owning up to having seen or interacted with Shadow. The town's atmosphere grew tense, and whispers of an evil force spread like wildfire. Desperate, Lydia confronted the town's elder, Mrs. Hargrove, who told her an old legend about a demonic dog that could control minds. "It's said that Shadow binds itself to the weakest and manipulates them to do its bidding," Mrs. Hargrove warned. "You must act before it's too late." That night, Lydia decided to follow Timmy. She found him in the backyard, staring blankly at Shadow, who was now larger, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Timmy held a knife, his hand trembling as if struggling against an unseen force. "Timmy, no!" Lydia screamed, rushing forward. Shadow turned its malevolent gaze on her, and she felt an icy grip on her mind, a voice whispering, "Submit!" With every ounce of willpower, Lydia grabbed Timmy and the knife, breaking Shadow's gaze. She dragged him inside, barricading the door. They blinked, and then they died.